Hello and welcome to all you Leos. Here's your yearly horoscope for the whole of 2018. I was very curious to see what's happening in 2018. That's why it's so early that I'm doing this. And I'm sure you're curious as well, I hope. And so this is your yearly forecast with what are the planets as from Jupiter up to Pluto doing in the chart of a Leo. And of course, these are very general horoscopes. It's not tailor-made at all. I'm going to repeat that over and over again. If you really want to know what's going to happen, if you want it tailor-made, get in touch with me. And if you say, no, I'm just a bit curious, want to learn a bit about astrology, then this is your video. So let's get started. I'm going to look on a romantic level, work level, health level, what's happening actually with the Leos. There's quite some shifts happening of big planets next year, and the biggest one is of course Uranus in Taurus, shifting as from May, and Saturn will be in Capricorn as from the beginning of the year. So these are big shifts, and for you Leos, there is a stabilizing effect, I would call, when it comes to your work. So everything that has to do, and if you don't work, your day-to-day routines, even health as well, because there's a beautiful trine even going that it's going to form between Uranus in your 10th house and between Saturn in your 6th house. So what does it mean? Uranus is a planet of change, and Saturn is a planet of stabilization. And when they are in a, like now in 2018, in a very beautiful aspect, it means that there is a nice flow between changes and between keeping things as they are. So I think with Uranus, when it was in Aries for you, that a lot of Leos have done a lot of changes and a lot of drive and a lot of fire, because you are a fire sign. And now it seems to me that this year is going to be a bit more stabilizing when it comes to the work field. So it's not, hopefully not going to be dull, because there's still that Uranus there, but it's trining Saturn. So it could be that it's a good combination between the day-to-day work, but also it's still exciting. So it's not too exciting, it's not to the extreme now, it's balanced. So this is a huge one for the Leos. So when it comes to work for Leos, I see actually a very good energy for you. So even when you want to change a job, or you want to improve something, or you just want to stay doing what you're doing, it's really favored here. It's not really going to the extreme or having to push very hard. You're not gonna feel that anymore, like last year when it was Uranus in Aries, which wasn't your 10th house but the 9th house, which is your opinions and the way that you think. So that has an impact, of course, on what you do for a living and on what you do in the world. So that's one thing for the Leos. That's good. It's stabilizing energy. And the other thing is that for Leos, it is a crucial year, 2018, because a lot of those big planets are in key areas of your life. And when that happens, it means it's more an important year, because those key areas of life, which is work, which is you, relationships, and your emotional stability, when there is a lot happening there, it seems a more important year. Now that Jupiter is in your 4th house of Scorpio is really good for the Leos, because it's for the whole year. So having that benefic there in your 4th house, that Jupiter, is for even for the Leos who are very extrovert. It's kind of a blessing to have more emotional stability. Of course, a Leo will also need a bit of drama in their life, don't get me wrong, but with Jupiter in your 4th house, it means that you find more meaning at the home area front, or the home front. You find more meaning. Some of you will check out the video of Jupiter in Scorpio, by the way. I talk more in depth about this, but this Jupiter will certainly give you more emotional stability. And that's good. So some of you will probably move towards something bigger, maybe near the water, because Scorpio is a water sign. Others might just find more meaning at home, whatever it is that they're doing. Maybe they're working there, or maybe they're just having kids there, or whatever. It's a very stabilizing energy. And it's not only Jupiter there in Scorpio, it's also making a beautiful trine and beautiful aspect to other planets, Neptune and Pluto. So the trine to Neptune is in the 8th house, which is a very deep psychological, it's a very difficult house. And to have there a beautiful aspect going on, a very nice energy flow, it's really awesome. It means that when it comes to fears, when it comes to power struggles, when it comes to not knowing yourself and being obliged to see yourself, that all comes more smoothly. And there is like, because of the emotional stability that you feel at your core level, it also means that on a psychological level you're stronger. You get more backbone, so to speak, and it's quite magical. You don't have to, because it's Neptune there, so you don't have to do so much effort anymore to have that happening. So very nice energy indeed, and that Jupiter is also aspecting Pluto in your 6th house of work, which shows again that when it comes to work, a combination of, not all of you will work from home of course, but a combination from those who do something when it comes to work at home and do something on a day-to-day level when it comes to their work. It could really be giving you wealth, and it could really, especially emotional wealth, emotional well-being, so to speak, and actually also a transformation when it comes to your day-to-day routines, but a good one. So on a health level, it could mean a more smooth year than last year because of the Jupiter-Pluto connection there when it comes to your health, because of the more understanding of who you are on a deep level, basically, that you are more relaxed. And still you can have a lot of work on your plate, but you can deal with it somehow better. You can delegate better. You can be a boss because of Pluto there in your 6th house. You could take the control, be the authority. It's certainly favored, not for all of you again, but it's certainly favored. When it comes to love life, there's nothing really that is going against or that is restricting here, which is of course very, very good. What I do see is that when it comes to love, so I don't think that there are big barriers or big whatever. Of course, still you've got the nodes in your sign. So for some of you, there's going to be, when the eclipses happen, there's going to be more shifts towards where you need to go with relationships. So trust the universe actually, and don't ride against it. So don't think that you know exactly what you want. Try to connect with the universe or with God if you like, and things will go more smoothly when it comes to relationships. So for some of you, yes, but I think most of you already have the connections. But for some of you, it could mean that there is new connections coming in. But basically what it means is it's the best to focus on you. It's and for the Aquarians, it's the other way around. It's the best to focus on other people, because Aquarius is your opposite sign. So focus on yourself is a big one for the Leos now. Focus on your own development. You're gonna have Mars retrograde next year in your opposite sign. So that could be, and when will that be? Around June. June up until August time will be a time of more liveliness with partnerships, with people that you work with one-on-one, could be clients. So expect a bit more liveliness, a bit more martial energy coming your way, which is a bit more feisty, which is a bit more... So that's the period where you need to cooperate. That period of June and August time, you need to cooperate, you need to understand the other person, and you need to do an effort to do so, because they come across as strong, you know, whether it is female or male, that doesn't matter. But basically throughout the year, focus on you, focus on your own development, focus on your own growth, and it could be a very fantastic year. And I hope it will. I hope it will. So all in all, very interesting when it comes to work, very interesting when it comes to make changes when it comes to work as well, with Uranus there in your 10th house. Certainly the very early Leos, so who have their birthday in, that will be in July, you are going to feel that you need to do something new. You need to do something but it's favored by what you're already doing. So it's not like throw away the old to go for something completely new. No, it's like keeping the old and doing something extra new. It's more in that kind of way that you're doing it. So, very interesting year. I wish you a very good year, you dear Leos. Thank you for listening, and get in touch when you want a personal reading. Bye-bye.